Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to speak to your heart, not just your mind, because deep within each of us there's a desire, a longing not just to live longer, but to live fuller, stronger, and with purpose. We look around and see time slipping through our fingers, yet the spirit within us refuses to grow old. There is a fire inside you that doesn't dim with age unless you let it. You were not made to wither away. You were made to rise, to stand tall, to walk with strength and clarity. No matter how many candles sit atop your birthday cake, staying young and fit forever isn't a fantasy. It is a choice, a mindset, a daily discipline rooted in faith in what you can become. And that journey begins not in the gym, not in the kitchen, but right here in your will, in your belief, and in your decision to live fully every single day. My dear friends, if you're searching for the secret to ageless living, you're not looking for a miracle pill or some magic formula wrapped in false promises. You're looking for something far greater, something eternal that's already been planted inside you. Ageless living doesn't begin with your skin, your muscles, or your appearance. It begins with your spirit. It starts with a decision, a commitment to honor the life you've been given and to steward this gift with reverence, gratitude, and unwavering discipline. You see, the world tells you that age is your enemy, that with every year you lose strength, you lose beauty, you lose relevance. But let me tell you, that is a lie, because age is not a curse, it's a calling. Every wrinkle on your face can be a testimony of laughter shared, of storms weathered, of grace received. Every gray hair can be a crown earned through years of wisdom and courage. Ageless living is not about resisting time. It's about rising above it. It's about living with such passion, such integrity, such energy, that time itself becomes your servant, not your master. This life you've been given is not meant to be wasted in self-doubt or fear. It is meant to be lived with boldness. There is youth in your spirit even if your body grows older. And when you align your life with what is true, what is good, and what is pure, you will find that your soul begins to shine brighter with every passing day. The heart that beats with purpose does not grow old. The mind that is renewed daily with hope does not become weary. The body that is cared for with love and respect responds with vitality, no matter the years. But let me tell you, this kind of life does not come easy. It will require something from you. It will demand consistency, sacrifice, and perseverance. You must guard what enters your mind, for the thoughts you allow to take root will shape your destiny. You must discipline your body, not because you are chasing some worldly ideal, but because you are honoring the temple in which your spirit resides. You must fill your days with movement, not because you fear weakness, but because you rejoice in the strength you've been given. Every morning you wake up is another invitation to choose life. Will you rise with intention, or will you stumble through the day in a fog of regret and distraction? Will you nourish your body with living foods, water, and rest, or will you fill it with poisons that rob you of clarity and strength? Will you feed your spirit with truth and light, or will you let it wither in the shadow of cynicism and apathy? Ageless living comes when you begin to see your life as a mission. You are not here to survive, to simply get by. You are here to flourish. You are here to be an example, to lead others by the way you walk, the way you speak, and the way you love. You are here to show that strength is not found in youth alone. It is found in character, in discipline, in love that refuses to fade. There will be days when your body aches. There will be times when you are tempted to give up, to sit down and let life pass you by. But in those moments, remember the fire that still burns within you. Remember the calling that still echoes in your soul. You were not made for a life of decay. You were made to thrive, to rise, to move forward with grace and conviction. Your worth is not measured by how you look in the mirror, but by how you carry the burdens of life and still find joy in the journey. If you want to unlock the secret to ageless living, start by looking inward. Are you carrying bitterness? Let it go. Are you holding on to fear? Lay it down. Are you living for temporary pleasures while ignoring the eternal truth that you were created for more? Then today is your moment to change direction. Today is the day you choose to live differently, to rise with purpose, to walk in strength, to feed your body with life, your mind with truth, and your spirit with peace. There is nothing more powerful than a man or woman who knows who they are, who knows why they're here, and who refuses to be defined by a number. That person walks into a room and brings light. That person wakes up with clarity. That person doesn't count years. They make every year count. And so I ask you today, are you willing to live like that? Are you ready to awaken that strength that lies dormant within you? Are you ready to live as if your best days are not behind you but ahead of you? Because they are, and not because of anything the world can offer, but because of the choice you make today. The choice to live fully, to love deeply, to act boldly, and to take care of this precious vessel you've been given. You don't need to chase youth. You need to live in such a way that youth chases you. You need to become the kind of person whose energy comes not from sugar and caffeine, but from a soul on fire. You need to walk with purpose, eat with mindfulness, rest with peace, and speak with truth. You need to surround yourself with people who lift you higher, and step away from anything that drains your joy. The secret to ageless living isn't found in creams or diets or surgery. It's found in the daily decisions you make, the words you speak to yourself, and the hope you refuse to let go of. It's found in the laughter you share, the service you give, the dreams you keep chasing even when the world says it's too late. My friend, you were made for life, abundant, overflowing, and filled with strength that defies time. My dear friends, you were never meant to run on empty. You were never created to drag yourself through the day, weary in body, foggy in mind, and burdened in spirit. No, you were made to live fully alive, to walk with energy, to speak with power, and to rise each morning with a fire in your heart and strength in your bones. But that kind of life doesn't come by accident. It begins with a choice to fuel your body with what it was designed to receive, not what the world wants to sell you. Look around and you'll see a generation starving for energy, while surrounded by abundance. Isn't that a tragedy? We eat, but we are not nourished. We move, but we are not strengthened. We rest, but we are not restored. The truth is, your body is a miracle. It is not just flesh and bone. It is a vessel of purpose. It has been designed with such incredible intelligence and resilience, but it requires care. It requires attention. And when you give your body what it truly needs, something amazing happens. Your life begins to change. We were not made for junk. We were not made for chemicals wrapped in plastic and sold in flashy wrappers. We were made for living foods that come from the earth, for water that refreshes every cell, for air that fills the lungs with oxygen and awakens the mind. The fuel you choose each day is not just feeding your stomach, it's feeding your future. Every bite is a vote for your energy, your focus, your strength, and your longevity. You cannot fill a car with mud and expect it to drive. You cannot pour soda into a lamp and expect it to shine. So why would we treat our bodies any less carefully than the machines we depend on? Energy is not just about caffeine and sugar. It's not something you borrow from tomorrow to survive today. True energy comes from balance. It comes from giving your body the rhythm it was meant to live by. It comes from rest as much as it does from movement. It comes from quiet as much as it does from activity. When you move your body each day, you're not just burning calories. You're lighting a fire within. When you stretch, when you lift, when you walk, you are reminding your body that it was made for motion. Stillness invites decay, but movement invites life. And rest, real rest, is not laziness. It is obedience to the rhythm you were created for. You need sleep not just to escape the day, but to prepare for the next. Sleep is when your body heals, when your mind resets, when your soul breathes deeply. If you rob yourself of rest, you are robbing yourself of life. No amount of ambition can replace the restoration that comes when you close your eyes and let the world go quiet. So many people go through life chasing energy in all the wrong places. They try to buy it, to fake it, to force it. But true energy is the reward of living in alignment with truth. It comes from the foods that bring healing instead of harm. It comes from water that flushes toxins and refreshes every part of you. It comes from breathing deeply, not just out of necessity, but out of gratitude. It comes from standing tall, walking strong, and refusing to be ruled by convenience. We must begin to honor the body as a sacred trust, not as something to be idolized, but something to be respected. You only get one, and how you treat it will determine how far you can go. Do you want to climb mountains, or barely make it up the stairs? Do you want to run with your children, dance with your spouse, serve your community with strength? Then start today. Choose to put good things in, and good things will come out. And do not let the voices of discouragement speak louder than the truth. It is never too late to change. It is never too late to begin. No matter your age, no matter your past, no matter how long you've walked down the wrong path, there is a new path before you now. and it is paved with small daily decisions that lead to great and lasting transformation. You don't have to do everything at once, but you do have to begin. Start by adding life, not by subtracting joy. Add a walk to your day, add a glass of water to your routine, add something green to your plate, add moments of stillness where you reconnect with your breath. These things are not burdens, they are blessings. They are not punishments, they are pathways. Every healthy habit you build is a brick in the foundation of a stronger, more energized life. And as your body becomes stronger, your mind will begin to clear. You will think with more focus. You will speak with more confidence. You will walk with more assurance, because when you feel better, you live better. When your body is alive, your spirit can soar. You were not made for fatigue. You were made for fire. But fire needs fuel, and your fuel must be pure. So ask yourself today, what are you feeding? Are you feeding your strength or your weakness? Are you feeding your purpose or your pain? Are you pouring in what builds you up or what breaks you down? Because the truth is, your body is listening. Every meal, every movement, every moment of rest, it's all speaking to your future. Choose wisely, choose life, choose to rise each day with the determination to treat your body like the precious vessel it is. And you will find that your days are not only longer, but fuller. You will find that your energy is not borrowed, but earned. You will find that life, real life, begins to pulse through your veins and light up your path, not because you found some secret hidden in the shadows, but because you chose to honor what was always there, waiting for you to awaken it. This is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's not about fear, it's about faith. It's not about deprivation, it's about abundance. Because when you fuel your body with life, you energize your entire being. You step into a rhythm that echoes with strength, clarity, and joy. And that, my friends, is how you begin to live with power on purpose. Every single day, my dear friends, let me speak to you not just as a voice in the room, but as one who knows the battle you face each and every day. The greatest battle is not always in the body, not always in the bank account, not even in the world around you. It is in your mind. The battlefield of the mind is where victory is won or lost before you ever take a single step. You can eat the right foods, exercise every morning, take the best advice money can buy, but if your mind is full of doubt, fear, and defeat, your body will follow. That's why the power of a positive and active mindset is not just important, it is essential to living a life of energy, strength, and purpose. What you believe about yourself shapes how you live. If you wake up thinking you are too old, too tired, too broken, too far gone, then you will live like that. You will drag your feet through the day. You will stop dreaming. You will stop trying. You will give in to a slow decay, not because of your body, but because of your belief. But if you wake up with faith in your heart, if you speak life over yourself, if you look in the mirror and see a person who is still capable, still strong, still called to greater things, then everything changes, because the mind leads and the body follows. A positive mindset is not about pretending everything is perfect. It is not about ignoring pain or hardship. It is about choosing hope in the middle of the storm. It is about seeing the mountain and deciding to climb it anyway. It is about facing the facts with the fire of faith burning in your soul. There is something powerful that happens when a person refuses to be ruled by circumstances and instead chooses to believe in the possibility of change. You were not given a spirit of fear. You were not designed to be anxious, bitter, or defeated. You were created to think with clarity, to speak with confidence, to believe with boldness, and that begins with what you feed your mind. Just as your body is shaped by the food you eat, your mind is shaped by the thoughts you allow to grow. If you feed it lies, negativity, and self-doubt, then you will become weak and weary. But if you feed it truth, encouragement, gratitude, and vision, then your mind becomes a wellspring of life. And you must keep your mind active, not just with tasks and busyness, but with purpose. An idle mind is a playground for fear. A mind with no direction will drift into despair, but a mind set on growth, a mind focused on learning, serving, loving, giving, oh, what a powerful force that becomes. You must challenge your mind every day. Read things that lift you. Listen to voices that call you higher. Ask questions that stretch your understanding. Push past comfort and routine, because a sharp mind fuels a strong spirit. When you begin to think differently, you begin to live differently. Suddenly, you don't see problems. You see opportunity. You don't see limits. You see lessons. You don't see failure. You see fuel. The world may not change, but your perspective does. And that makes all the difference. A positive mindset is like a light in the darkness. It cannot stop the night from coming, but it can guide your way through it. And let me tell you, your words matter. What you speak out loud reflects what you believe deep inside. Speak life over your day. Speak encouragement over your journey. Speak strength over your struggles. Your words have power, and when your words line up with your purpose, mountains begin to move. There is nothing weak about being positive. It is not naive, it is brave. It takes courage to believe in the good when the bad surrounds you. It takes strength to speak of healing when pain is present. But that courage, that strength, is what separates those who merely exist from those who truly live. And when you combine a positive mind with an active one, there is no telling what you can accomplish. Activity does not just belong in your body. It belongs in your thoughts, in your habits, in your intentions. You must take charge of your day before your day takes charge of you. Set your focus early. Train your mind like you train your muscle. Discipline it to think higher, to rise above distractions, to stay anchored in what is true. The more you do this, the easier it becomes. You build momentum, and momentum becomes power. Too many people have surrendered their minds to hopelessness. They walk around with a look of defeat, not because life has beaten them, but because they have stopped fighting. They have accepted a lie that their best days are behind them, that change is impossible, that purpose is out of. But I am here to tell you that as long as you have breath, you have a reason to rise. As long as your mind can think, your heart can believe, and as long as you believe, you can still become everything you were meant to be. Surround yourself with what lifts you. Choose your inputs carefully. Stay away from the noise that poisons your peace. Protect your inner world like a garden. Weed out bitterness. Water the seeds of joy. Let the sunshine of gratitude and purpose warm every corner of your thinking. And in time, you will see the fruit of a renewed mind spilling over into every area of your life. This is not just about being healthy in body, it is about being strong in spirit, because life will test you, it will try to wear you down, it will throw curveballs, setbacks and unexpected storms. But when your mind is right, when it is grounded in truth and alive with hope, you can withstand anything. You will rise when others fall, you will endure when others quit, and you will shine when the world grows dark. So today, make the decision, not someday, today. Choose to take your mind back from fear. Choose to believe in what is possible. Choose to walk forward, not with worry, but with confidence. Not because everything is perfect, but because you have decided to be stronger than your struggle, louder than your doubt, and bigger than your past. Your mind is a gift. Use it well. Shape it with truth. Fuel it with purpose. Guard it with conviction. And you will find that the power of a positive and active mindset is not only the key to lasting energy, it is the foundation of a life that cannot be shaken, a life that does not age with the years, a life that burns brighter with every step you take along the way. My dear friends, hear this truth with open hearts. The secret to staying young, strong, and full of life does not lie in chasing the latest trend or miracle cure. It lies in the habits you build, the choices you make, and the disciplines you live by. While the world may chase after youth through shortcuts, the path to lasting strength is not a sprint, it is a steady walk of daily decisions, rooted in wisdom, vision, and faith. Building habits that defy age is not about denying time, it is about choosing a life so vibrant, so purposeful, that time itself cannot diminish your fire. You see, habits are powerful. They're the quiet builders of your destiny. What you do every day becomes what you are known for. And when those daily decisions are filled with intention and strength, your body, your mind, and your spirit begin to reflect something greater than age. They reflect a life that is actively growing, not slowly fading. It is not the number of your years that defines you. It is the strength of your habits that shapes your future. From the moment you wake up, you are either building life or letting it slip away. The way you begin your morning sets the course for your entire day. If you start with purpose, rising early, giving thanks, moving your body, feeding your soul, you step into the world with strength already stirring in your bones. But if you begin with chaos, with noise, with distraction, you stumble into your day, half awake, already behind, already burdened. The great truth about habits is that they do not form overnight. They are built one choice at a time, one step at a time, one moment of discipline at a time. It may not feel like much to go for that walk, to drink that water, to stretch for 10 minutes, or speak a word of encouragement to yourself. But over time, these small acts become a fortress of life around you. They build momentum, they push back against it, and they remind your soul every day that you are not here to merely survive, you are here to thrive.
Let me tell you, habits that defy age are not built in the gym alone. They are built in the quiet places, in the small, often unseen moments of consistency. They are built when you choose whole food over fast food, when you take the stairs instead of the elevator, when you open a book instead of scrolling through noise, when you take time to breathe deeply instead of rushing through your day. They are built when you forgive instead of holding on, when you speak life instead of complaint, when you choose gratitude instead of resentment. These are not glamorous acts, but they are holy ones, because they shape the person you are becoming. They are investments in your future strength, your future clarity, your future joy. And let me tell you, every time you choose discipline over comfort, you are planting seeds that time cannot uproot. You don't need to make radical changes all at once. You need to make the right changes, the ones you can carry day after day, until they become second nature. Because habits, once formed, begin to work for you. They become the engine that carries you through the valleys and up the mountain. And when others begin to slow down, you'll still be moving with power, not because you're stronger, but because your habits have been training you for this all along. And do not think for a moment that this is only about the body. No, my friends, this is about the whole of who you are. A habit of prayer is just as powerful as a habit of exercise. A habit of kindness is just as energizing as a habit of stretching. A habit of speaking hope is just as life-giving as a habit of eating clean. When you live from the inside out, age becomes a number, not a limitation. In the greatest habit of all, to never stop learning, never stop growing, never stop believing that the best is yet to come. There are too many people who have stopped living long before their time, not because their bodies failed, but because their hope failed. They gave up the fight, they surrendered the spark, they settled for routine instead of renewal. But when you build habits of curiosity, wonder, and courage, your heart stays young even if your hair turns gray. Your eyes still shine, your step still has bounce, your words still carry weight. Yes, there will be days when it feels hard. There will be moments when you want to give in, when the old ways feel easier, when the progress feels slow. But that is when you must remember who you are and why you started. You must remind yourself that every habit is a declaration of hope. Every good choice is a brick laid on the road to a future that defies limits. And when you look back one day, you will see that those ordinary habits built an extraordinary life. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You need to be you need to keep showing up even when no one is watching. You need to keep choosing what's right even when it's not easy. And you need to trust that these small faithful steps are doing more than keeping you alive. They are keeping you young in spirit, in mind, in purpose. When you align your habits with the truth that you were made for more joy, more energy, more meaning, then age loses its grip on you, because you are no longer living according to a calendar. You are living according to a calling. You are no longer trying to hold on to the past. You are reaching forward with strength to what lies ahead. So I say to you now, begin today. Build the habits that bring life. Don't wait for motivation. Start with decision. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Use the moment you have. Start small, but start strong and keep going, because the life you long for, the energy you desire, the youthfulness you dream of, it is not hidden in the distance. It is rising with every good habit you build. You may not feel the change overnight, but trust me, you are becoming stronger than you know. You are building something no number of candles can take away. You are creating a legacy that time cannot erase. You are writing a story of strength, of resilience, of renewal, and that story is just getting started. So now, as you stand at the edge of another day, take this truth to heart. Your vitality is not behind you, it is within you. It rises with every choice you make, every habit you form, every moment you decide to live with intention. You are not made to fade, but to flourish, not to slow down in fear, but to rise up in strength. Let this be your call to action, to build, to grow, to renew. Your best days are not gone, they are waiting to be claimed. Begin today, and live each day with power, with purpose, and with unwavering